All right, can everybody hear me? Just give me a thumbs up. Okay, great. All right, we'll get started. We're going to just bring the feet just hip distance onto the floor. Lovely. And then we're going to bring the hands just onto our chest to begin. So we just take a nice long breath in through the nose, filling up the chest. And feel the hands just gently rise up towards the ceiling. And then slowly exhale. Lovely. As you inhale, you're taking the breath to the tummy. Letting the chest rise. Just hold them for 2 seconds at the end. 1, 2. Lovely. And then slowly exhale. Lovely. Just feel your feet sinking deeper into the floor with each exhale. And one more here. Nice slow breath in. Let the chest fill up. Lovely. Hold for 2 at the end. 1, 2. And then slowly exhale. Great. We're going to bring the hands onto the side of our ribcage now. This time when you breathe in, you should feel the elbows begin to float out to the side. So we're going to take a nice long slow breath in. Feel the ribcage open for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly exhale. Feel the ribs come back and down together. Lovely. Nice deep breath in. Feel the ribcage open and widen. We're going to hold at the end for 1, 2, and then slowly exhale. Lovely. Once more, nice deep breath in. And hold for 1, 2, and then gently exhale. Lovely. Bringing the hands just down forwards now in front of the shoulders. And just becoming aware of the weight through your feet. Just spread that evenly from heel to toe. On the exhale, we're going to open one arm back. And then inhale to close. Exhale to open. Inhale to close. So feeling a nice stretch in between the shoulder blades at the back. Lovely. At the front of the shoulder at the front. Gently open. And close. And open. And close. Lovely. And last time. Lovely. Floating the arms down by your side now. We're going to take a nice breath in. Take the shoulders up to the ears. And then exhale, release. Nice breath in. And let go. Lovely. Once more, nice deep breath in. And then slowly peel forward. Start to slide the fingertips down towards the toes. Take a nice stretch in the hamstrings, lifting the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Lovely. And then gently press through the feet. Come back up tall, restack knees and hips, roll the shoulders back. Take the arms overhead. And then gently release, press the hands away. And off we go again. Just gently folding down in 2. Bringing the chest onto the thighs. Lovely. Take a breath in to hold. And then exhale. Peel back up. Grow tall through the spine. Take the shoulders to ears. Taking a breath in. And then exhale. Release. Lovely. We're going to just come into scissor arms here. So as one arm floats up towards the ear, we're going to slide the opposite arm down towards the thigh. Lovely. And then we're going to add in the opposite leg. So it's kind of like walking on the spot. So opposite arm with opposite leg. Lovely. And we're focusing on coming back to the floor from the same point we lifted the foot off. And just slowly keeping the elbows nice and long. Reaching fingertips towards ceiling. Lovely. Just floating the hip up. Lovely. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Great. We're going to take the feet a wee bit wider now, and we're going to come into squats. And as we sit down onto the heels, we're going to visualize lowering the hips to the floor, taking the hand to the inside of the left ankle, and then press the right arm behind, and switch sides. Inside of the right ankle, and press. Inside of the left, and press. Lovely. So feel a nice rotation through your spine as you press back. Lovely. We're going to do 2 more each side. I'm just going to close the door. I should maybe keep that light on. Lovely. And now we're going to press up onto the toes, coming into our calf raise. So coming onto the toes and gently release. Lovely. So just spreading your weight evenly from the first to the 5th toe. And think about having even pressure between the right and the left leg. Lovely. And then we're going to float the arms up and press back. And press. So the arms float up to shoulder height as you come into calf raise, and then they press behind the hips to lower. Lovely. Lovely. We're going to stay on the toes and we're going to draw circles for 1, 2, 3, and lower. Press back up onto the toes, stay on the toes and circle for 1, 2, 3, and lower. And last time. Coming up to toes and 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. We're going to come just turning side on now. We're going to step the left foot forwards and the left knee is going to bend. The back knee is going to stay straight. So you're feeling a nice calf stretch on the back leg. And we're going to just lean slightly forwards in the chest, but keep the head and neck up. And we're going to pulse here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then release, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 pulses on the inhale, 5 pulses on the exhale. Lovely. And we can think about activating the pelvic floor muscles here and the tummy muscles. So gently hugging the tummy towards your spine. Lovely. Lifting up the pelvic floor muscles underneath. Lovely. We're going to pulse and then release to hip height. And then press 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Press behind, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hover. And press 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. And last time. Lovely. I'll come and show you in center. So we're going to keep the feet just hip distance apart. We're going to imagine we've got a band in our hands. We're going to pull down and back to each side. So pulling down and then back. And rotate around to that imaginary band. Lovely. Lovely. Once more each side. Great. Lovely. Coming to the back of your mat again. So facing side on this time. The right foot's going to come forwards. Feeling a calf stretch on the left leg this time. Let the front knee bend. Leaning slightly forwards in the chest, open the shoulders up, and we're going to pulse 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 pulses on the inhale, and then 5 pulses on the exhale. Lovely, and you're just gently activating the tummy muscles, really lightly drawing your tummy away from the waistband of your trousers, at the same time, really lightly. Lovely. Then we're going to bend the left knee and bring it up to hip height and hold, and then release and pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, and hover, hold, and release 2, 3, 4, 5, and hover, hold. Lovely. Keep going. And press. Lovely. Last couple. And last time. Great. We're going to come to the wall now. So I'm going to roll out my imaginary wall. So we're going to begin by doing Cobra, which is bringing the hips to the wall and roll the shoulders back. And then from there, we're going to go into a press up. So the first one is Cobra. So we bring the hips to the wall and roll the shoulders back. Elbows are bent. And then we're coming in and we're doing a press. Just like a press up, a wall press. Yeah, lovely. Let me show you from this way. So Cobra, where you lean back, and then a press up. All right, so going Cobra to press up. Lovely. Lovely. For the last 3, last 5, we're going to walk your feet slightly further away from the wall, and we're going to do a press up with the feet further away, so it makes it a wee bit harder for the last 5. So standing with the feet further away from your wall, and you're doing 1, 2, keep going, 3, 4, and 5. Lovely. We're going to stay at the wall now, bring our back to the wall for the last exercise here. And we're going to sit into a deep squat with our back at the wall. So back comes to the wall. Bring the feet so they're facing forwards. Sitting down into that imaginary chair at the wall. And we're going to count for 20. Lovely, halfway. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Coming forwards. Coming back up to stand. Take a nice breath in. And as we exhale, just melting down into a roll up once more. And then bringing the hands and knees coming onto the floor in the 4-point kneeling. So just spreading out the fingers nice and wide. Lovely. Pressing the heels of the hands into the floor. And just evenly spreading out the weight between the right hand and the left hand. Knees are just directly underneath hips. And we're going to start in between the shoulder blades. We're going to sink down in between the shoulder blades. And then we're going to use the heels of the hands to press the floor away. Come up nice and strong. Lovely. Gently release. Sink down. And then as you exhale, we're going to press the floor away. Feel the tummy muscles lightly contract as you press the shoulder blades wide. Lovely. Inhale to release. And then exhale to come up strong through the spine. Lovely. Lovely. Last time. Lovely. We're going to move into a mini press up here. So just bending the elbows back towards the body as you lower the head just slightly past the hands. Lovely. Lovely. Walk the right hand forwards a couple of inches and then the left. And we're going to sweep forwards and we're going to continue again into another 5 presses. Lovely. Taking the elbows even further now, so another few inches. And this time we're going to sway the hips forwards into half plank. And once you come to the half plank position, we're going to do 5 more mini press ups. So 1, bending the elbows back towards your body. On the exhale, inhale to come up. Lovely. 4 and 5. Lovely. Walking back down. Keep the arms long. We're going to take the knees wide, come into shell stretch. So hold straight, shell stretch there for a couple of seconds. Think about taking the breath deep down into your pelvis. So let the pelvic floor muscles completely soften and relax. Lovely. Now think about taking the breath into the sides of your rib cage. Holding the shell stretch. Lovely. And now think about taking the breath into your upper back. Lovely. Before we come back up, just taking a 6-second inhale. So breathing in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold for 1, 2. And then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Coming back up. We're going to curl the toes underneath now. And we're going to hover the knees and then release to lower. So you should feel the tummy muscles tighten as you just gently hover the knees. It's only about an inch off the mat. And then gently lower. Lovely. Once that feels good, we're going to hover and then we're going to flick the heel, and lower. Sit back into half shell, come forwards on the exhale, flick, flick, inhale to lower, coming back into half shell. Lovely. And last time, we're going to stay on the knees, so keeping the knees hovered, we're going to rotate to the right, take the hips to the left, back to the right, and to the left, and release. Take the knees nice and wide once more, and sit back and down into shell stretch. Lovely. As we walk forward, this time we're going to come to rest on our elbows. So keeping the elbows nice and wide and the fists together. Bring the knees back to hip distance apart. And on the exhale, we're going to press and lengthen one leg to hip height. Tap the floor. 2, 1, and then fold back in. Exhale and tap. 2, 3. Inhale to fold back down and in. Lovely. Switching sides. Over the hip. And then tap the floor for 3, 2, 1. And then gently fold back in on the inhale. And then switching sides. Lovely, lengthen and tap, 2, 3, and fold back in. And last time, lengthen and tap, 2, 3. Hold in the lengthened position now. And we're going to draw tiny circles for 3, 2, 1, and switch for 3, 2, 1, switch, and switch, and fold back in. And last time, switching sides. Once the toes are lengthened from the hip, we're going to draw tiny circles, and switch, and switch, and switch. Lovely, fold back down and in. Lovely, we're going to come back onto hands and just moving into cat stretch now. We're going to float the hips underneath, gently press the spine to the ceiling, and then inhale to release. Press the hips out behind, let the tummy sink to the floor, looking up ahead. Exhale to scoop the pelvis under, start to round the spine, press the floor away as your back arches. And then release on the inhale, uncurl the pelvis, gently look up ahead. Lovely, just slowing the breath down. Nice soft inhale, followed by a long exhale. Lovely, we're going to take the right hand now and melt it in behind the left, coming in to thread the needle. So right ear is going to come down towards the floor. I'm going to hold that stretch. And then you're going to press through the left hand to raise the right hand to ceiling. And switch sides. Taking the left hand, turn the palm up, slide the fingertips away. And then gently slide back up and onto the hand and press the fingertips to ceiling. Lovely. Lovely, keep going with that. We'll do one more each side. And then we're going to come into a seated position. So we're just going to cross the legs, come to rest comfortably down on the floor, and just rest in your hands on your knees. Lovely, we're going to move into mermaid in this position. So we take the left hand onto the floor and then reach the right hand to ceiling. And we're going to melt down into mermaid. So let the left elbow kind of glide into your waist as you reach the right hand across, and then release to switch sides. So you're kind of using the hand to press off the mat. Really feel that nice stretch. So you're thinking about connecting the hip into the floor as you lengthen the fingertips away from the hip. Create space between the ribs. Keep it nice and long through the elbow. You're really wanting to create a C bend from your fingertips right down to your hip. Lovely, so the ribs are sliding into the waist on one side and then stretching away from the waist on the other. Lovely. We're going to take the right hand now and place it on the left knee. Take the left hand behind and we're going to turn to face your left and feel a nice stretch in your mid-back and at the front of your left shoulder. And you're just using your hand as an anchor to get some counter pressure so you can press deeper into the stretch. Lovely, nice deep breath in to hold. As you exhale, see if you can go slightly deeper into the stretch. And then gently release to come forwards. We're going to melt down and forwards from here. So you can either rest your forearms on the ground or come onto your hands. So just see what feels comfortable for you. You will feel like a stretch in the back of your hips, kind of like in your hamstrings and the groin muscles slightly. And we're going to hold there. Think about taking the breath to your upper back. So in and around the shoulder blades and the sides of your chest. Lovely. Nice deep breaths in. Slow exhale. And just notice the breath slowing down in this position. And you might notice on the exhale you're sinking slightly deeper into the stretch. Lovely, we're going to peel back up and forwards. So lengthening up through the spine. Before we do the twist on the right, we're going to bring hands to chest, kind of like in prayer position. Coming up to sit nice and tall on the sitting bones. Think about smiling across the shoulder blades and then soften the shoulders down and away from your ears. And we're going to rotate to the right. So you won't get that far. We're really isolating the mid-back, what movement it has. Keeping the hands pressed, thumbs pressed into your chest. And you should feel a nice strong stretch around the left side of your ribs. Lovely, see if you can move slightly deeper on the next exhale. And then release, come back to center. And take another nice breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to switch and stretch to your left. So pressing the hands into the chest and use your hands to kind of move your body around to the left. Feeling the stretch down the right side of your ribs. On the next exhale, see if you can move slightly deeper into the stretch. And then release, come back to center. Lovely. We're going to switch and just do one more each side. So moving to your right once more. A nice breath in to hold. Exhale, see if you can go deeper into the stretch. And release. And coming to the left. Breath in to hold. Exhale, see if you can go slightly deeper. And then breath in to release. Lovely. Bringing the left hand now onto the right knee. And taking the right hand behind the body. Think about rolling the right shoulder up to your ear and then back and down your spine. So you're really opening up your body to your right. So holding that nice deep stretch, think about taking the breath up and down your spine. Creating space in between the joints. Lovely, if it gets a wee bit easy, just see if you can open up slightly further to that side. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking the breath nice and deep. Lovely, and gently release. Lovely. We're going to float the arms up to shoulder height now. And we're going to visualize a gym ball underneath each hand, and we're going to press down to close the ball to the floor, and then release to switch sides. Lovely. So this is purely a side bend movement, so the ribs are sliding into the waist again on one side and stretching on the opposite. And then we're going to add in a rotation. So we're going to side bend down and then slide the hand back and forwards and come back up and switch. So pressing down and back and forwards and up. Lovely. Lovely. One more each side. Lovely. Bringing the hands, just resting them onto the thighs. Now, we're going to come on to kneeling. So we're going to bring the right knee to the floor. Bring the left foot forwards now. Lovely. So we're going to sweep the fingertips up towards the ceiling and then glide forwards, and you'll feel a nice stretch on your right thigh. Really reach the fingertips away from the pelvis. And then release. Take the left hand onto your left knee and then press the right hand open to your right. Get a nice stretch in the groin and then back to forward facing, reach both hands to ceiling. And release. Knee to the inside or hand to the inside of the left knee. Press the right arm open. Release, ping forwards. Lovely. Once more. And reach. Lovely. Bringing the left hand now just to rest on the left thigh. We're going to reach the right hand underneath and then stretch and open. And to thread the needle. So fingertips slides in underneath and then presses open to the ceiling. Lovely. And last time. Lovely. Coming back onto both feet now. We're going to curl the toes under and sit back on the heels. This time we're going to press up onto the knees, float the arms up just a shoulder, past the shoulders, and then release and pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, and press, and pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, and press. So once you come up onto the knees, you think about really press the hips forwards, iron out the crease at the front of the hips, feel the buttock muscles activate, and lower. And press, and lower, and press. Lovely. So really press the buttocks together at the end. Feel those activate. Lovely. We're going to step the left foot forwards again, and then step the right foot forwards, come into stand, and then take left knee to ceiling. And then come right down and onto the left knee, onto the right knee, back down. So left foot forwards, curl the right toe under, take the right knee up, lovely, and the right knee down, and lower, and sit back down. Switching sides, the right foot forwards, curl the left toe underneath, and step and thrust the left knee up, and lower it the whole way down, and release, and lower. Lovely. On the right again, curl the left toe under, step it right up to ceiling, and release, and lower, and sit back down. Lovely. Once more each side, left foot forwards, curl the right foot under, and step right up, and right back down, and lower, and coming on to right. Curl the left toes under and step right and forward. Lovely. Stay in this position now, right foot forward. And we're going to sweep the right hands, or the hands overhead. Feel a nice stretch now on the left thigh. And then release, pop the hand on the inside of the right knee. Press the fingertips open to your left. Lovely. So feeling the stretch on the right groin, feeling the stretch on the left thigh as you peel forwards. Lovely, keep going, do the last couple of those. And last time. Lovely. Great, well done. All right, we're going to come onto our backs now, so lying flat on your back on the mat. If you have a wee small head cushion, you just pop it underneath the head. And we're just going to bring the feet flat onto the floor and rest the head back and down onto the mat. So we're going to walk the feet out to hip distance apart. So thinking about the pressure you have on the feet, so evenly spread out from the heel to the big toe to the wee toe on both sides, and equal right and left foot. Lovely, then draw a straight line up to the knees, making sure they're hip distance apart. Coming up to the pelvis, think about sinking both sides of the pelvis nice and deeply into the floor to have even pressure and contact through both sides of your hips. Lovely. We're going to tilt the pelvis back and forwards in this position, so gently scooping the hips up, flatten your back into the floor, and then release, roll your spine forward to create a tiny space between your lower back and the mat. Lovely, scoop the hips up, flatten your back onto the floor, and then release, create a tiny space. And then just come to rest where it feels like you're in a neutral position, it feels comfy for you. Lovely, taking a nice breath in. And as you exhale, soften the back of your ribs down and onto the mat. Lovely, think about smiling across the shoulders. And then lengthen the fingertips down along the floor towards your toes. Lovely. So keeping that nice neutral spine, we're going to gently engage the pelvic floor and the tummy muscles as we float the right knee to tabletop. And then we're going to lengthen and slide in line with the opposite leg, back to tabletop and lower. And switching sides. So just nice, gentle movements, softly connect the foot back to the mat. Lovely. And keep it nice and long through the neck. Imagine you're resting a tray of drinks on your tummy. Lovely, we're going to lengthen the leg out long. We're going to keep it long. And we're going to draw tiny circles with the whole leg for 3, 2, 1, and switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, and switch once more for 3, 2, 1. Lovely, fold that knee back up, hugging the back of your thigh now. We're going to press the heel to ceiling, pull the toes down towards you, and lengthen the right leg along the mat. Feel a nice stretch in the hamstring, and then we're going to point the toes away and pull them down, and point, pull down. 2, and 1. And then gently hugging the knee up and into your shoulder on that side. And then gently release, switching sides. Float the right knee to tabletop and then lengthen and slide. And we're drawing tiny circles for 3, 2, 1, and switch for 3, 2, 1, switch, and switch. Lovely, hugging the back of the thigh, press the heel to seating. Lengthen the left leg along the floor. Feel a nice hamstring stretch, and then we're going to flex the toes away, pull back down, lovely, point, and down. Just gently mobilizing the sciatic nerve, the hamstring muscles. 2, and 1. And hugging the knee just gently up and into your shoulder on that side. And then gently release, bringing both feet back and down onto the floor, bringing them to hip distance apart. Lovely, we're going to float the fingertips to ceiling now. Let the palms face away. And keeping nice and neutral in your spine, so maintaining that very small space between your lower back and the mat. We're going to float the arms back, only as far as your rib cage allows without doing this. Lift it up. So you probably won't get your arms right back to the floor. We get them just to this level where you feel your rib cage wants to lift. And then release back to center. So exhale, inhale to circle. And exhale, inhale to circle. Lovely. We're going to do this same exercise now just in double tabletop. So we're going to float the right leg to tabletop. On the next out breath, float the left leg to tabletop. Lovely. So we're going to keep the legs there. Imagine they're resting on a box. And off we go. Exhale to float the arms back. Inhale to circle. Lovely. So keep breathing as you do this. If it feels like too much work for the tummy, I'm going to take a break. Float the, press the lower back into the mat and hug the knees slightly closer as you do it. That's if it's too much for the tummy and the back is getting a wee bit of a strain. Otherwise, maintain a tiny space between your lower back and the mat. And we're going to do for 3 more repetitions. For 3, breathe in, exhale. Lovely, last time. Lovely, hug the knees into your chest. Now take them nice and wide and let the feet come together. And we're going to gently rock from side to side. Lovely, release the legs back to tabletop, lengthen the arms back down to the floor, and we're going to tap into scissors. Tap, tap, tap. So as one leg, foot taps the floor, the opposite foot hovers to hip height. And let's add the breath. So 2 taps on the exhale, 2 taps on the inhale. Lovely, keep going. We'll do 8 more taps. So tap, 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 tap. Lovely, last 4. And last 2. Lovely, hug the knees once more into chest and gently rock side to side. Lovely, bringing the feet back and down onto the mat. And we're going to gently release the fingers and press up into bridge. So on the exhale, we're going to press through the feet, scoop up the hips, start to peel your spine off the mat, joint by joint, till you're up and resting on your shoulders. Press the hips to ceiling. And on the next breath out, we're going to melt the spine back into the floor, joint by joint. Lovely. So gently peeling up into bridge. At the end of bridge, just pressing the hips up towards the ceiling. And then on the next exhale, you're melting the spine back and down onto the floor. Lovely. So you almost imagine like your spine's like a string of pearls. You're just lifting up one pearl at a time as you peel up on the shoulders. And then you're taking a breath in to hold at the end. And then set the pearls back down through the chest, mid back, lovely, lower back, hips come last. And release, lovely. Lovely, this time at the end of bridge, we're going to take the hands up to the ceiling. We're going to keep them there. And we're going to melt the spine back into the floor with the hands up. And you should feel a deeper stretch in your mid-back. And when you're finished the bridge, take your hands back to the ground. Lovely. Once you're back up in bridge position, take the hands to shoulder height, palms face away. And then melt the spine back and down into the groin, joint by joint. And release. Lovely. Lovely, last time. Lovely. We're going to do 5 more repetitions of the bridge. So we're going to come up and we're going to move into the next level. So we're going to lengthen out one leg at the end, switch sides. Then we're going to lower halfway and then we're going to press back up and lengthen one leg and switch. Lower halfway, press back up, lengthen, switch, lower halfway. Lovely, 2 to go. Last time. So halfway, press the hips up, lovely. Lengthen one leg, lengthen the other, and release. Really nice. We're going to take the palms nice and wide now. And then bring the knees and the feet together. And we're going to let the knees drop to your right as you turn to look over your left. So moving into hip twist here, we're taking a nice breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, we're going to soften through the chest. So connect the chest, the back, the hips, knees, feet, back to center. Lovely. And then switching sides. Knees going to the left now. And turn to look over your right. Lovely. Peeling back to center. And we'll do 1 more each side. Lovely. We'll just go 1 more each side. And just slowly let the stretch move up into the neck. And take a breath in at the end. And then exhale to come back to center. Lovely. And then switch sides. Lovely, we're going to come back into the wee seated position now. Lovely. And we're going to take the right hand, just bring it across the body, and then hook the left hand underneath, and just feel a nice stretch at the back of your right shoulder. Lovely. Just letting the breath slow down now. Lovely. Then bend the elbow, give yourself a hug, and press deeper into it now. Just press the elbow back slightly further. Lovely. Bringing the right hand to the floor, just bring your ear to the right shoulder, and then turn to look behind on the right side. Lovely. Just circling the chin now down to the chest, from left to right. Lovely. And then bringing left ear to left shoulder, left hand to the floor, and then look behind to your left side. Lovely. Taking the left hand now up and across your body, and just hugging it with the right elbow. Feel a nice stretch around the back of your left shoulder. Lovely. And then bend the elbow, give yourself a hug, and press it through the space. So take your right hand and press the left elbow back towards your body. Lovely. Taking the hands back to knees, we're going to just circle down and onto the chest from left to right. Lovely. And then taking the hands behind, we're going to lift the chest up to ceiling, lock the elbows out behind, and let your head gently drop back. Lovely. Gently come forwards now and take the feet together. Take the knees nice and wide and use your elbows just to press the knees apart and gently rock from side to side. Lovely. We're going to keep the right knee bent. So your foot's coming across your body, nearly in front of the left knee. And then we're going to slide back onto it and lift the chest up. And you're going to feel a really strong stretch in your right buttock. So your right knee is bent up, then slide the foot across your body so it's in front of your left knee, and then sit back down onto it and lift the chest up to ceiling. Lovely. Release that foot, take the left knee up, slide the right leg back, and then take your left foot, just take it to the inside of your body, just in front of your right knee, and then slide back and down, uncurl the right toes. And see if you can use the hand to press the chest up and away, looking up in front. Lovely. Well done. We're going to come up and forwards onto the feet. We're just going to finish with a wee roll up. So coming back, just bringing the feet hip distance apart. And we're going to take a nice breath in, shrug up the shoulders, and then exhale, release. Inhale to shrug, exhale, release. And once more. As you release, just gently peel forwards, lengthen the fingertips down towards the floor. Feel a nice stretch in the hamstrings, and take a breath in to hold. And then as you exhale, we're going to peel back up, roll the shoulders back, take the arms overhead, and release. Last time, bringing the chest onto your thighs if you're looking behind, and then just drop the fingers to the floor. Lovely. Breath in to hold, and exhale to come back up. Take a breath in, and let go. Lovely. Well done. That's us. I'll unmute you all now.